funding the Great Commission, transforming communities for Christ, serving the poor and needy. These are the goals of a growing movement of local Christian foundations across America. From Southern California to South Florida, these organizations are making tangible differences in their communities by developing and encouraging Christian giving, equipping local ministries and organizations immersed in the work of God's kingdom, distributing resources donated by generous Christians to these ministries.
America has been blessed with incredible wealth. Nobody would argue that statement. And much of that wealth resides or is being transferred into the hands of Christians. And so I believe that we as Christians in a Christian nation really have a specific calling to fund kingdom causes, perhaps even to be significantly involved in funding the completion of the Great Commission.
A local Christian foundation is a nonprofit foundation or nonprofit organization that's set up in an area to serve a geographic community. Its primary focus is to work with donors and to serve donors that are responding to God's call in their life. They don't have an agenda that says we should give to this ministry or to this organization, and they're not coming to donors with an organization to sell, in effect. They really are coming and saying, what's God calling you to do? And then our goal is to then help them to be prepared to work with that donor and serve that donor in a way that's going to help them respond appropriately.
These local Christian foundations, or LCFs, are all part of a growing network of affiliates of the National Christian Foundation, or NCF. NCF provides the infrastructure and administration for the LCFs, allowing them to focus on relationships and servicing the needs of local donors, ministries, churches, and professional advisors. Since 1982, the National Christian Foundation and these LCFs have given more than $1 billion in grants to over 15,000 ministries and churches. Recently, they accepted $464 million in contributions and made $231 million in grants in a single year.
The National Christian Foundation is made up of two divisions, a national division and a local division. One of the things that we're able to do through a local Christian foundation that we can't do at the national level is literally create a culture of generosity within a community. One of our visions is to be a part of funding the completion of the Great Commission. And that simply won't happen unless we do it in a grassroots format. And we're beginning to see the power of having local affiliates who are building solid relationships with generous givers. It's transforming their community, our country, and eventually the world.
To accomplish their missions, the LCF offers expert counsel and innovative, flexible giving solutions to thousands of individuals and families. The foundations also work with ministries, churches, and professional advisors such as financial planners, CPAs, and attorneys to enable them to better serve the charitable giving needs of their supporters, donors, and clients.
One of the questions we get is, what does our foundation, the local Christian Community Foundation, do for its donors and its families? I often answer that in two ways. One is transactionally. We help them in the transaction of their giving. So therefore, whether it's a complex gift, it's liquidating an asset, it's helping them with some general concepts when it comes to tax planning, legacy issues, estate planning, those kinds of things. We can come alongside them. We come alongside their advisors, and we help them, especially as it relates to kingdom giving. Now, the other thing that we do that I think is actually, in fact, more important is we help them in the process of that journey of learning how to give, where to give, and being an effective giver.
The Christian Community Foundation, or the Servant Christian Community Foundation, our vision is to create a culture of generosity. Our mission is to inspire and to educate and to facilitate radical biblical generosity.
At our foundation, we literally call donors strategic partners because we believe that we're in partnership with them and we're in partnership with ministries that we serve. And what we seek to do is to help donors, strategic partners, discover that God has given them the ability to create wealth in many instances, that the ability to create wealth is a God-given gift.
Prior to being involved with the local Christian Foundation movement, I was a pastor for 17 years. However, I realized that there was an underutilized group within the church that was not being ministered to, and that was people of capacity. The church doesn't know what to do with them. Pastors don't know what to do with them. They don't understand them. And too often we've always lived with a paradigm that money taints you and corrupts you. But very often we fail to teach people that it's a gift and a blessing as well. And I felt that the Community Foundation movement would be a great platform in which to encounter people of capacity in order to help them move beyond the shame and the guilt that society and the church often imposes upon them, and begin to help them to receive what they have as a gift and a blessing, because it's only then can they be liberated to new generosity, when they become thankful for what God has given to them.
The LCFs offer a variety of innovative giving tools, such as charitable gift annuities and charitable trusts. But its primary solution is the Giving Fund, commonly called the Donor Advised Fund. The Giving Fund is free of many restrictions and burdens placed upon private foundations, and it's also simpler and cheaper to create and manage.
Almost 10 years ago, we began working with a Christian financial planning firm, and as part of that planning process, they introduced us to the concept of planned giving. We very quickly latched onto that as a wonderful idea and set up an account, donor-directed account for our family.
I think that the primary encouragement is to recognize that this whole movement has been a movement of God from the very beginning. This has not been anything that's been orchestrated or pushed or driven by any one person or any group of people.
We are very specifically about furthering the gospel of Jesus Christ. Our vision is to be an ever-increasing integral part of helping fund the completion of the Great Commission. We believe that what we are doing here as we serve families, churches, ministries, and advisors is hastening the day that the Lord will return.
We believe that we have a compelling message, a message that that no other foundation, no other commercial group, no other bank, no other financial institution can reach. And that basic message is this. The message is that it's not mine, it's all God's. So invest in eternity.
While statistics vary, there's no doubt that over the course of the next generation, as boomers age and move on, there's going to be a wonderful and giant transfer of wealth in America. The National Christian Foundation is positioned like no other organization I know of to serve this transition in ways that build kingdom and glorify the Lord. And strategically, they're doing it through relationships with local Christian foundations, which makes eminent sense because it's the local Christian foundation that has a relationship.
And so for me personally, having grown up in the ministry, having grown up as a Christian, serving as a pastor, it really begins to become exciting to see that there is a kingdom mindset that's happening that's much broader than this is about saving some on taxes, or this is some creative estate planning, or this is just a transactional experience. But to begin to see, not just in our community in South Florida, but beginning to see literally all across America, in community after community, people beginning to respond in a way that I believe is unprecedented in this country's history.
To learn more about this growing network of local Christian foundations, visit us on the web at www.localchristianfoundations.org.